Princess Warrior, I really need to talk about this because this is a real reality that once you have language for, it can really help you move and navigate through the early parts of recovery. Now, in the last segment, I talked about the fallen knight. When a knight falls, it has a huge life-changing impact on the wife. Okay, this is when the husband is the addict, okay, which is in our environment, the larger amount, okay? Now, remember, she was living in Camelot. She was safe. The kingdom was safe. Her knight fought for her. At least she believed that, okay? He provided love for her. All was well in the kingdom. Not perfect, but all was well. She felt safe. She felt love. Then the meteorite of the addiction hits her kingdom, hits her family, okay? And she realized that you, the knight, betrayed her and brought this disaster into the kingdom you guys have created. All of us have seen depictions of the Princess Warrior in some movie. She lives in opulence and safety and is loved by her father, the king, and everyone loves her. And then her father is killed, and she trains herself to be the Princess Warrior to reclaim the kingdom. Now, my 30 years of counseling, probably over 3,000 women across every age range, every race, every religion, every culture, validates the Princess Warrior theme. When the knight drops his sword, and because of the addiction no longer protects his wife or family, something very deep happens to a woman that changes her life, and hear me clearly, forever. Forever she is changed. She, in her heart, realizes she and her family are no longer safe. That's a big deal. She can't rely on the knight. She must protect her family. She must protect herself now. And when that moment happens, something happens to every woman, regardless of how Pollyanna she is, no matter how, foo-foo she is, something happens to her. She is no longer that princess. She instantaneously, without conscious thought or decision, morphs into the Princess Warrior. She is no longer going back to the place of her precious, trusting self. She is morphed. She is transformed. And this is really important for both of you to accept. She will not blindly be that trusting wife again. That woman who blindly trusted her husband is gone. She's gone. And out of those ashes has come a Princess Warrior. She can fight. She will fight. She will keep her family safe. She is dedicated. Her swords are out. She's willing to go to war. And you can fight this shift as the fallen knight, but you caused this. Your failure, your lies, your addiction transformed the normal state of marriage, the normal state of your wife. And she had to now weaponize because you didn't. She now has to create safety for everyone she loves. She now has the responsibility of protection that you failed. She doesn't want this. It happens. It's instantaneous. She can't necessarily even go back herself if she wanted to. And I can't tell you, I've seen this happen in my office hundreds of times, usually after a polygraph, where she's feeling like, things aren't exactly honest. And he's lying, and then the truth comes out. And in that moment, I can see it. It's like a click. Oh, you didn't protect me. Oh, this is a lie. Oh, this is a sham. And in one breath, you can almost see her weaponize. It's like, like a Transformer uniform. And the knives, the guns, the bomb, it's all there because you fell. Now, as the knight, you had to accept responsibility for creating the Princess Warrior. She would never have become this. This would never have happened to her had you not dropped your sword. So blaming her for why she asked questions, blaming her for why safety has become such a high priority, blaming her for wanting to make sure that you're doing what you said you're doing and you're following through in your recovery is probably not the best way to go at it, because you caused the Princess Warrior. And understand, her questions aren't attacks of you. They're just wanting reassurance that the kingdom is actually safe, that you're actually trying to fight, that you're actually trying to make this family safe again. The finances, the spiritual, the sexuality, all of it. She wants to know that you're on the job you said you would do. So don't complain about your wife being out of control, being critical, being shaming, because she's trying, whether it's functional or not so functional or dysfunctional or healthy or unhealthy, she's trying to protect her and the family from your addiction that she was never equipped or prepared to do. So even if the behaviors aren't exactly fun to be around, that's her attempt at trying to do a job she was never designed to do. You promised she would never have to do, and now she has to do. And because of this, the Princess Warrior is going to be a part of this marriage for quite a while. Your best bet as a fallen knight is to create a plan about your recovery. Follow that plan. Measure that plan so she can verify that you're clean, whether it's a polygraph or some other way depending on your addiction. Work this plan, keep your promises. If you say you're going to do it, even if it's a small thing, do it. Above all things, don't lie. Knights don't lie. Every time you lie, the arsenal of your wife will get thicker, okay? And if you're the addict, get intelligent help. Invest, spend the time. If you need to spend money, spend money. Get the help you need to reassert the place that you will protect. It will not get instant trust. It will not get instant blindly her just believing you. That might take a while. That might take quite a while. But it can soften the process if she feels you're actually on it. And if you're not on it and you're irresponsible and you're lying, this Princess Warrior can get stronger and more aggressive. I've seen it, okay? Now, as a Princess Warrior, my best advice is get a female counselor, get in a support group, specifically for what you're dealing with, okay? Get some tools and some materials to work on. You're gonna be using your intuition to try to solve the problems, and sometimes your intuition is counterproductive. If you really believe control or anger is going to make it better, probably not going to, but you want someone else that can help you navigate this, okay? So as the Princess Warrior, I am sad that you've had to weaponize, because you were really beautiful and awesome and creative and love-giving and kind and generous, and not that you're not all those things still. But this weaponizing is not something you signed up for. It's not something you want. And it's not something that you can just turn off. I understand that. And I hope by watching this, you feel validated, okay? But if your Princess Warrior is getting out of control, definitely get some support, because you don't want to become counterproductive for yourself, for your family, and even for the recovery of your spouse. And as the fallen knight, love the warrior princess. Accept that she's had to take a role that you put her in because of your failure. Validate that and let her know that you love her, and do the work that says you're protecting her. Don't just tell her.